determines our success? Is it our IQ? Because I would question that. Because could Bill Gates be 60 billion times smarter than us? No, it's impossible. Is it then hard work? Well, maybe, and hard work, whilst a nice characteristic, won't necessarily make us rich. I know plenty of hard-working accountants and lawyers that I'd hardly call rich. Is it then our social contacts? Because, sure, people are important, they have our money, or I should say they have money, they are the custodians of wealth, but really it's not the people that's the problem. And while they're important, I'll put it to you that in these current times, it's all about the strategy. For example, what I want you to do, a little quick exercise, rate yourself in terms of how your business is going at the moment, out of 10, just in your head. You know, is it a 5 out of 10 or is it 8 out of 10 or something like that? So you've all sort of got that. So if any volunteers at how they would like to say that they're travelling at the moment? Michelle?
10.
You've got a 10? Okay, that's pretty impressive.
Mine must be an 11.
An 11? 6.
Yeah.
Some modesty over here. I think it's an important question, and the thing I put it to you is that unless you are an 8 or a 9 or a 10, in fact, in your business, and very few of us probably would be actually 10s if we define 10 very accurately. But if you're running at a 7 or less, you're pretty much at a 0. Out of 10 scales tend to be very logarithmic. If you were Richard Branson looking back at your business and looking at your 7 or 8 or 9, would it really be a 7, an 8 or a 9? So I think these are the questions we need to ask ourselves. We need to actually put some reality around what we're saying and some context. And that's what strategy development is all about. The other thing is about strategy is that it's not about us. In the West, we have a huge propensity to aggrandise managers. When they do well, we say it's because of their sheer brilliance. And when they don't do well, it's the current conditions that are causing the problems. And these are the reasons for their failures. But at the end of the day, that's all ego, and it's not true. In so much that people are able to define a good strategy, in so much that people are able to define what they should be doing as opposed to what they shouldn't be doing, that is where perhaps the thinking and the ingenuity of the manager comes in. But everything else is just being organised and facilitating the process. Great leaders and great business people spend a lot of time thinking hard and long about their strategy and what they should be doing before they go and execute. So, what is strategy? Strategy is a very nebulous term that is often misunderstood. Strategy, and for a purpose of definition that I'm going to work with tonight, is those sort of values that and guidelines that shape our decisions in our business from week to week. So having a good understanding of those values and guidelines that enable us to make decisions is really important, because the way I like to think about it is that we have a strategy and we're moving along and an opportunity or serendipity comes along and we sort of say, well, hang on, this is an opportunity I can take advantage of. But how do we know whether we should, or whether we need to have some reference point for where it fits in? Does this fit into my business model? If no, do I need to change my business model? If yes, then I can take advantage of it, and integrate that into my system with a lot more fluency and certainty.